Hi out there, I'm Phil. I'm a Sicilian from Boston. I like to cook, primarily Italian style. If you're here to learn how to cook, then you're going to learn my way. Today we're going to do 4 sauces for you. I'm going to do a marinara sauce, I'm going to do a bechamel sauce, I'm going to do a pink sauce, and I'm going to do a pizza sauce. These are 4 sauces that my grandmother did all her life, and they could handle any type of Italian dish that you wanted. Okay, so let's get started with the marinara sauce. I got 2 cans of American-made tomatoes here. And make sure you use tomatoes packed in juice. That's very important. I have onions, oil, my herb mix, and the recipe will have the particular ingredients. It has like oregano and basil in it, white wine, sugar, and my secret ingredient, which I'll tell you about later. So let's get started with the tomatoes. I have a colander here sitting over a bowl. I'm going to empty these tomatoes into that colander. So we'll save all the juice. Set the can aside. I'm going to take the tomato, break it open by hand, and get rid of as many of these seeds as I can. I'm also going to get rid of this core, because that produces a bad taste to the tomato sauce. Now I'm going to take the good skin and put it in this bowl. Okay, I'm finished with the tomatoes here. I'm going to set the colander aside, set my juice on top here. Take another strainer, put it on top here. Bring the skins over because they have some juice in it, and I want to empty that juice and let that drain for a couple of minutes. It looks like it's drained fairly well. I'll get that last remaining bit out of there. I'm going to bring this over. Rest it here for a moment. Now we're going to get started. I'm going to turn the heat up here to medium. Get my oil in it. Oh, now I put my onions in. Now we're going to saute these for a few minutes. Let me get my stick here. I'm going to saute these for a few minutes. Then we're going to add our tomatoes to it. Okay, these are about ready for me to put the tomatoes in. Let me get those. It looks like it's drained pretty well. I'll dump the tomatoes in. Spread them around here. Now we're going to constantly stir these until we see a brown font and these things start to dry out. Okay, and that's our purpose here. And I'll keep doing this until that happens. Okay, these are about done. You can see the brown fond. My wife corrected me. My Boston accent sometimes, I say fond and it sounds like font. So bear with me. Occasionally I'll say a word wrong here. But the fond is there, so I'm going to add the herb mixture we talked about. And I'm going to get that mixed in pretty good. You can see all that nice brown fond. Now, if that brown fond ever turns black, it means it's burned and you've spoiled it. So we want to keep it brown while we do this. Now we're going to add the wine. And you see how nicely it takes this fond and gets rid of it, puts it right into the juice. And it's done a pretty good job already. So, since it's done its job, we'll add the tomato juice to it. Now we're going to move this around and cook it down for about 20 minutes. Okay, you can see I switched spoons here. I'm getting the last remaining part of this ready now. It looks like it's done. And I'm going to give it a little taste. Perfect. I'm going to bring this over to my processor. And I'm going to put it into the processor. Okay, you can see why I switched spoons here, because the wood one wouldn't have been able to handle getting this put into the processor. So I'll finish putting this into the processor. Okay, let's get it processed here. I'll get this put on, get it clicked in. Now, if you like your sauce chunky, I'm going to pulse this, and it'll become chunky, but a little bit smooth. But I'm going to use it for mixing with other sauces, so I'm going to make it all smooth and run the processor until it gets smooth. That should do it. I'm going to put this back into the pan and put our pan back on the stove for the last few ingredients. I'm going to turn the heat up to low. And you can see this is really smooth out. Looks great. Okay, let's put the last couple of ingredients in there. This is the sugar. I'm going to tell you a little story about this next item I'm going to put in. My family, we all cooked. My grandmother, my father, my mother, my grandfather. And everybody loved my mother's sauce because it didn't cause heartburn. And then we could figure out why it didn't cause heartburn. Well, she finally told me it before she passed that the last ingredient she puts into the tomato sauce is a little bit of baking soda. Because baking soda tends to neutralize the acidicness of the tomato. So I'm going to put this in. You're going to see it's going to foam up a little bit here as I do it. All right. It doesn't affect the taste at all, but it clearly neutralizes the acidic and the acid. And in the tomato, sorry. Okay, I'm going to taste it. Perfect. And we're finished. We're making bechamel sauce now. Bechamel is originally a French sauce. I've turned it into an Italian sauce by adding pecorino romano grated cheese to it. So my bechamel is Italian. I have butter, flour, half and half, salt, and pecorino romano. Okay? So first we put in here the butter, melt it down. And I got the thing over medium heat. You can see it's sizzling up rather quick. I'm gonna get it melted. Okay, the butter's all melted. We'll add the flour. And you can see it's turned into a real nice blonde paste. Okay, that's all ready to go. We're going to add the half and half. And we're going to stir this continuously until it reaches the desired thickness. And that'll happen when it starts to bubble and the back of this gets coated. As you can see, it's starting to bubble around the edge here, which means it's probably reached the desired thickness. If I look at it, it clearly has. So I'm going to shut this off, and I'm going to add 2 more ingredients in it. As soon as I add this salt, I've completed the French version of bechamel sauce. However, for doing it my way, I add 1 more ingredient. I add pecorino romano. And that makes this sauce Italian because that's my way. Nice, thick bechamel sauce. Okay, now we're ready to make the pig sauce. I gotta tell you a little background behind this. When I first came from Boston to California, I was accustomed to using ricotta, homemade ricotta, in my lasagnas or in any stuffed pasta that I would make. because the ricotta back there was just excellent because it was homemade. Came here, I couldn't find it. So I created this sauce to take the place of the ricotta, okay? And what it consists of is the marinara sauce, the Italian bechamel, and a vegetable juice, okay? And I mix these three together in a bowl like this. Mix it up real good. And you'll see it's gradually going from red and white to pink. And here we have our pink sauce. And now my favorite sauce, my pizza sauce. We start with tomato paste, water, my herb mix again, that again we're going to have in the recipe, and olive oil, a good olive oil, a very good extra virgin olive oil. Now I open both sides of the tomato can because if you do it my way, you don't go in there with a spoon because it's messy. So I'm going to take one of these off, and then with the other side, I'm going to push it down so all of it comes out. Okay, nice and easy. I got to take that metal out of there, and we'll get rid of that. Now we add the water. We add the herbs. And we get the processor going here. Now, most people cook their pizza sauce. I don't. I do it my way. The sauce is good and fresh that way. Tastes better, looks better, is better. My way. Okay, we're now going to add the oil. Okay, so we get the oil down. We're going to the oil in. And voila, we have pizza sauce. We have our 4 sauces. Now there's been a slight addition here. My wife is a nut on keeping making things look pretty. So she's added flowers to the table. We don't need that in order to do this, but I have to appease her. First thing we have is the marinara sauce, okay? Now the marinara sauce is a good base sauce for just about anything. You can put peppers and onions and have a sauce with just peppers and onions in it. You can put clams in the sauce. You can put rice in the sauce. You can do any multiple things with this mother sauce, right? This here was the pizza sauce. Now, pizza sauce is good for one thing, pizza, and we'll show you later on how it works on a pizza. This is the bechamel we made, and the bechamel is good. Again, it could be used in place of Alfredo. It can be used over vegetables. It can be used over chicken or fish, and it's a good white-tasting sauce. And this last one is the pink sauce that we made that I use in a variety of my pasta dishes, the lasagna, cannelloni, and even straight pasta or baked pasta, okay? These are the 4 sauces. Enjoy and do them my way.